This one was
plays to still get something for the lane. We'll see already. Now that is the thing, you pop the pulse, but still Weehide just been able to get the stacks up, and Yapsor, as the panel said, he's going to be the one to watch this game, starting things off with a bang as he'll claim that first blood with the Fade Bolt. Can expect to see that Fade Bolt coming in to secure many more kills for this man.
He was level 2 actually before anybody else, so he made sure he got all that extra experience, so he had his combo there to get Kuroki out of positioning there with Zai. Just always have to watch yourself around those trees, right? Nature's Grasp, still very strong ability if you do walk into the wrong area. And now Puppey, he actually found himself defeated. He made his way away from bottom because he saw that Mind Control was hard body block.
Efficiency there with the plays up top. As Secret get that second kill on this top lane. Mid lane we are now starting to see Anisha. He's out of region. What's he got coming out in the career? He's got the bottle. He did manage to farm up his bottle though in good time on the first few levels, despite the fact he is laning against a Viper.
So, jungle a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, now at this point, you got the 2 points in the poison attack. You're going to struggle to come back to this lane as a Void Spirit.
Yeah, and you can imagine that GH does something similar that he did yesterday, is put down some deep aggressive wards early on those, either like one of these, this cliff side down south or the cliff side up north, just to watch the jungle. Yeah, he knows Nisha's going to be there. He's immediately already
top. It looks like another kill here for onto Mind Control. They just cannot play in this top lane. Yapsor and Puppey, the two of them, just handling anybody that presents themselves. And you have this Spectre that's having a very juicy start up here because of how well his supports are securing this area of the map.
Yeah, he just made his way up there, but yeah. He Yeah, they have the Venge anyway, so it buffs you up quite a lot.
Into the Lucent Beam. He's trying to heal up with the armor, but it won't save him. Nigma will be able to push Zai out of this bottom lane. And Miracle involved. Able to quickly clean up the ancients, and they're keeping it even now. 3 for 3. Also, Weeha starting to put pressure onto this tier 1 tower mid. The top lane does continue to be entirely under Matuma Man's control, though. This Spectre is being totally ignored and will have the free farm that the Spectre needs at the start of the game.
Come on, Spikes!
And look at the sentry down. If the Yaps are around, they can turn and poke back at these two. GH and Mind Control needs to be a little cautious. I mean, GH more so, Mind Control at least a fair bit tankier. We'll TP back over to the top lane as the wave gets pushed in.
He's still getting pretty good farm on Mind Control, all things considered, even though he's 1-1. He's got that 800 gold, he's got a Bracer and boots. Doing pretty okay up top. And you can see that Nigma, they're okay with this. I feel like, sure, the first 4 minutes, things went a little bit wonky for them, but they have a Viper versus the Spectre, so they're probably like, okay, Matu's farming, but we have the thing to address him.
Now, you talked about someone building a helm, and it's going to be Weeha. He's going to get the helm for the team.
Okay.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Someone's going to want to have it, because when you have like this Venge, this Mirana, the sort of timing that these heroes are going to push towards, a helm amongst the ranks is going to be crucial. And Weeha's going to be the one who's able to farm it at a very, very good pace here, with the way that he's had the solid start, the solid setup with the lane matchup mid.
And he's going to be the one that's more active, looking to move around, looking to punish the Spectre. So with that, he's going to be around his team, and he's going to be able to provide that extra little bit. And Miracle, he is going to be going for that straight right-click build. We see he's queued up the Dragon Lance. He gets a very nice Iron Talon for himself too. Love this item actually on a hero like Luna, because you're hitting Ancients all the time. Should be able to farm very, very quickly, as he did go for the good skill build as well, since he wasn't getting too much pressure. 2-4-2.
Nigma, they want to try and make use of Weeha's power. Smoke up into the jungle, they move. Mind Control leading the way.
They might have both possessions of outposts here too. In about 15 seconds, can Secret actually make it through? It looks like Puppy's darting his way to try to get to it in time.
He should. Yeah, he's gonna only just he timed it to a T. Nisha is able to pick off Kuro with that dive down on the bottom lane with the help of Zai. Top lane, Matuma Man's got to be careful. They're on the hunt for him, the three of them. They have set up here. He's hiding deep in the trees, and with the dagger, he'll be able to make sure that they cannot go any further. So that whole smoke, there was a lot of time where Weeha was making the move with GH to try and find something, but they don't actually manage to get any of the targets that they would hope for.
They're going to try to at least get the tower out of the movement, but with that living armor, it does get halted for quite a long time. And Secret, they're actually just knocking on bottom with this fix that they've been given. And Zai is going to go top D-push. It's going to detonate the armor on this catapult wave. And even Glyph on top too, so Glyph living armor.
But they're making it a nuisance for Nigma to push into.
I like
a lot of time that we have got to spend up here.
Yeah, I like that they knock on mid tower too. Don't just hit one tower, hit both, and
Dire's courier has been killed.
I'll take that as well, and that was the bits of the Necro book. So that will, that kind of hurts for Zai. That's an extra minute and a half of not having the availability of getting that complete with the belt of strength out of the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pinging top, Zai looks like he may want to go. He's pretty low on mana though.
Dire's top tower is under
getting that complete with the belt of strength out of the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pinging top, Zai looks like he may want to go. He's pretty low on mana though.
Dire's top tower is under
even
attack.
with the one charge, he's only going to just have enough for the
Radiant's
overgrowth.
bottom tower is under attack.
And he's already going to start the fight on top of him. Mass TP's coming in from Secret though. There's just enough for the overgrowth to come out into the horde. Matu joining forces with them as they turn onto Weeha. Weeha turns with the Viper strike onto Matuma Man, and with Mind Control coming with that power strike, they'll get the kill.
That is very painful. He wants to be the one who survives and at least gets like gets experience or gets a little bit of something from the kills that just come out, since he actually had to use Haunt to join up there.
The combo again, mind control. Commits with the burrow strike, and there's the setup for the arrow. Nisha still has an astral step off to the side, and he'll live, and now mind control gets turned on.
Radiant's top
Yapsor
tower
with the
is
zap.
under attack.
Kills off the Sand King, and they just didn't quite have enough to burst Nisha with that combo, getting away with minimal HP.
Hey, he's actually, Nisha's actually farmed. He's caught up very. He's actually ahead of Weehaw in farm on this Void.
All that time that we have sort of spent going top, you know, that whole smoke into that movement where, sure, as you say, they have to fight eventually where Matu dies, but Weehaw dies as well.
Yep.
It just slowed down Weehaw's game immensely. Because you're absolutely right. If it's 12 minutes in, this was a Viper against a Void Spirit mid, and the net worth's even. Suddenly, one of the reasons why you've picked this Viper has it's just been totally shut down. The Void Spirit is having just as good as a game as you.
A part of the Viper was bad.
Sure, no, not the only, but one of the reasons you do expect the Viper to dominate mid and get on top quite easily.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, Nisha does die there. Mind control is able to catch him.
Up top.
See if they can get Zai. He'll use the overgrowth. Won't stop Weehaw from taking him down to the poison.
Immediately, Weehaw starts pinging the tower. He's like, yo, Tree's dead. Let's press forward. Let's get this tower before he respawns, before he can start to slow us down off of it again.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it this time. Let's see if Secret do try and come in with the defense. At the moment, Matu playing the other side of the map. Knows that there's unlikely to be any pressure from Nigma down here, as Nigma are looking for those objectives aggressively. We are just going to be allowed to hit onto the tower in mid lane. The fight will start as Mind Control goes for the burrow strike onto Yapsor. They do lose the Venge, but with the jump forward for GH and the magical burst from the two of them, they kill off Yapsor, trying to chase for Puppy. Burrow strike back up in a second. They'll be able to set up onto the Enchantress as well. Nigma, they'll get Puppy, 2 for 1. Arrow onto Nisha. Nisha was sticking around. They're trying to hit some creeps underneath the ward. The arrow connection won't be enough to allow Weehaw to get quite in range. Mind Control is trying to chase forward with that blink. Nisha just out of range of any sort of setup, will live. Enigma again not showing they're not afraid to fight, and they're it seems like we've seen this so many times from Enigma. This first 20 minutes or so, they're very good at really realizing the power spikes early on of their drafts. It's just a question of whether they can continue to turn this into a push that's going to get these towers. It's going to be able to break the high ground, start to be made, and suddenly Secret are taking the game away with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is go time. They've got they've got not everything they need, but they've got the majority that they need to really take over the map versus what Secret have. The blink on that Sand King coming out so early. Miracle is fairly tanky and strong too, especially when they go next to their Venge, who buffs them up a lot when he has 4 points in the Venge sword already finished.
Anisha with the setup. Arrow has already been used. There won't be any follow-up for now. He's going to go for the TP out in the trees and nothing to stop him. So he'll get away, but Nigma, they do get what they came for. The tower finally falls on that top lane that they've been so insistent in trying to take away from Secret.
I'm not sure how Secret fights back in these next, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe even more than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so. It's going to be very difficult for them to actually take any of those type of fights. They have to kind of just hope that Nigma is more split up and they can catch heroes out of position. Because if they are looking to fight in any type of team fight, they will likely lose. Nigma's a lot stronger than them right now.
Mind Control. He jumps it very aggressively into the grid. I mean, he has got the Sandstorm to give him some sort of safety, but Matu's in with the Horn. Mind Control's dead. Weehaw still pushes on. Nisha able to jump out of the poison with the Astral Step. But they lose Mind Control. Zai, Nature's Grass there, but they won't poke for any more. So just a little bit too aggressive from Mind Control's Sand King.
Secret will take whatever they can get, though. You see no hesitation to use the Haunt there from Matumba Man. He's actually he actually has the Manta style finished up. Pretty good timing.
Yeah, he got a lot of space on that bottom lane. Whilst that whole bit of action was going on top, they were, Nigma were pushing in, committing for that tier 1. Matu had a good 5 minutes or so where he had that whole bottom half of the map to himself. Both carries picking up the Manta style in synchronization, him and Miracle. It is done. And Nigma, they'll head into the pit.
I like this. There's no haunt. Yeah, force the fight. You have everything available. You know you're stronger in the 5v5 anyway. This is something that you force Secret's hand. And Secret, they can't address this, so they have to actually just try to get some farm. But they don't seem aware of this. Like, look at Matumba Man's positioning. They are all kind of hiding off to the map at the moment. This is a very good play.
And an excellent lineup to take Rosh. All the auras. That helm as well on We Are. Roshan doesn't stand a chance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Straight up to the top lane they go. Miracle continuing to build entirely defensively before he goes for the big items. BKB queued up next after the Manta.
Yeah, that's a... Okay. I thought just because it's a Miracle, he would go for something more greedy just in between this because of probably how good it feels in the game at the moment for him, but if they can get the BKB, they could actually just end the game once he gets that. So
yeah,
that's probably the biggest thing he's thinking about.
Especially because of the fact you have the Venge, you have the dummy, you have these auras, right? You're not too concerned about your ability to hit buildings, hit people. You've just got to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, and you just want to close the game out. If you can close the game out in these next 12 something minutes, the Spectre won't be online and won't be available, or they won't be ready to actually take a good fight versus him. So yeah, I do like if they get double BKB timing, it could be quite nice.
Yeah, it definitely does sort of reveal your hand though, right, to Secret. You know, they're going to see these BKBs coming out very early. They know that certainly if Nigma's not able to break the high ground and sort of take the objectives, win the game with those first few BKB charges, it then starts to shoot them in the foot, because suddenly if the game transitions into the later stage, they're going to be having to deal with working with these like 5-second BKBs against, you know, the Secret's potential to play around them even easier later on.
Yep.
So Nigma's, they cannot allow the same mistakes to happen as they did in game 1.
Got to be a little crisper when they do get those BKBs and go for that push timing. And they're all sticking together. Nobody's really splitting up on their team this time around.
Jump, mind control, going in underneath the tower. He'll get away with it. Easy pick on the Absol.
So many stuns.
Is under attack.
That's all they need. Just any sort of initiation will be followed up immediately.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Creep wave. Not quite here on the mid lane though, so the damage cannot be done to that tier 2. Put the Moonlight, see if they can catch anyone else out here. Nisha still out on Nigma's half of the map.
He's been farming in that exact spot for, I want to say, like 4 minutes now. He's just been chilling over there, just knowing that it's not safe to show in the lanes. Zai is the one who's going to be at least addressing the top lane over and over again because he can do it invisibly. And
mid.
3 lines.
The wraparound behind the tower. TP reaction will come into play though. They are looking to commit onto Poppy behind this tier 2.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yapso with a quick telekinesis and a Fade Bolt does put them off pushing for that Enchantress, and the living armor on the tier 2 tower, keeping it in a state where Nigma cannot push for this. Other members of Nigma TPing up towards the top lane. They see on the creep wave. They need mind control to find the jump first. Arrow's out to try and get from the vision. Mind control jumps forward. The double dust won't. The dust will get him, but the stun will not. And with both stuns already expended, they don't have a further way to stop him from getting out of there. Zai will escape, and that's Nigma 2 dusts out. That's the cost adds up.
And it's the space. They forced them back, so this gives them more time to be able to farm up for that Spectre. And now mid. They push him back. This is not all at once out.
Nigma. They're going to be able to take the Aegis away from Miracle, and now with the jump onto Weeha, they kill off the Viper. They're going to be able to commit onto Miracle a second time here. Trying to run. He pops them. Francis down. Mind control does come in with the epicenter. He's able to get himself on top of Nisha. Nisha turns the Resonant Pulse. The shield will not keep him alive. They lose the Void Spirit. Nigma, they've got to be getting out of it though. Yapso, he's just handling them all. The Fade Bolt into the back of Mind control lifts up Kuroki. Secret will come out on top.
And Miracle's lucky that he gets away there. He almost actually died to the blade mail of Nisha. His ultimate almost killed himself on it there. The way that Secret actually just forced... Now they forced Nigma's hand because they forced 2 TPs to the left, and immediately they look to pick a fight mid when they have the number advantage, and they get a big one out of it.
And you're seeing the money on this Spectre. These sort of involvements, Matu after the Manta style, he's propelling himself at a very good rate towards that relic. 2,900 on the bank coming up. And sure, you know, still Miracle very much ahead with that lead. But again, it's pretty much a similar situation as we saw in game 1. Miracle going for these items that he wants to end the game with. He does not want this game to fall back and farm. Sure, he's on a Luna, so this time around it doesn't feel as bad because you have that innate ability to farm at an incredible pace with the glaives. But Spectre with a Radiance, Matu's going to be able to keep up at that point when he has that done.
Bounty.
That definitely shakes Nigma quite a bit there. They're going to be much more hesitant now when they address the side lane push from Zai, he's been doing this the whole game, right? Just Nature's Grasp, throw your book one, push the lane, because they're not going to catch him in the tree lines. It's too difficult to, so he's making so much space for his team to be able to allow this Void Spirit Inspector to get this farm up. Now we see Nigma, they want to go for something a little bit easier, go for this tier 1 bottom. There's no haunt still available for 30 seconds too.
Yeah, then they'll get it. BKB is complete now for Miracle.
Dire's bottom tower.
See how hard they do try and push the issue with these first major items, and coming out at very good speed as well, of course. Just 22 minutes in, Manta BKB on Luna. Also pretty much touching onto the level 18. Jump forward onto Weehar in the river. Kuro's able to swap him back, in fact, into the arrow as well. Nisha jumps in and he gets forward out. GH able to find that angle to punish Nisha's overextension. And now another swap back from Kuro. The stolen swap though from Yapsor gets him back where he'd been swapped away from. Quick reactions there from the Rubik. The arrow comes in and GH will be the man to steal the show. Off the back of all that.
He paused and said lag.
He paused and said lag after he hits an amazing arrow.
Secret tried to do the same thing again this time. As soon as Mind Control TP, like Zai forced the TP up top from pushing over and over again, they tried to take a fight, but Nigma was actually prepared this time. They had everybody at the ready. Beautiful lined up arrows from GH back to back.
Yeah, both times there. And because it really did, like, all right, yep, so stolen swap. He's going to be the one that walks away with a nice play here. But yeah, GH, take nice. That'll be the force to steal the show. Excellent arrows. He's keeping himself a step ahead and keeping the lead there for Nigma. They're still up 2k, and with the push out on this bottom and the wave coming round, 2 heroes dead on Secret. They can push forward for this tier 2 as well.
Yep, Zai's going to try to stall it as long as possible with that living armor, with that Nature's Grasp. So the creep gets hit by the arrow.
Dire's bottom tower is
They're actually going to pop the glyph too.
Relic timing is done on Matu. Just needs to make his way, get the courier out to the shop.
Yep, he's making sure keeps himself clarityed up as well. He actually was quite low on mana the last time when they tried to go for that, you know, when Nigma splits up play to look for the haunt thing. So he has to make sure he has enough mana for the haunt and that dagger when they do go for those type of plays. And yeah, sending the courier out.
Quick grab. Puppey tries to step forward on the mid lane. They'll get him. There'll be a jump forward from Nisha and a quick jump out. Doesn't want to mess around. Nigma, as you say, for pretty much the entirety of this mid game, just moving around as 5. You cannot step forward near this lineup unless you're ready to approach them with the entirety of your team yourself. Mass TP's up top. They're going to try and get this the side lanes pushed round. The last tier 2 remaining on that top lane. Nigma wants to deal with.
They might be able to get him here.
And I have to lead in Burrow Strike for sure. There it is. Arrow connection. Do they have the damage with the epicenter? They'll certainly have a good shot at it. Mind Control revs it up and will be able to take down Matu, taking him out of this area of the map. Did manage to get his relic purchase done, of course, before he died, but still a painful 45 seconds. This will allow Nigma to push up top, get around towards that tier 2. GH as well, with the involvement that he's had. He's got the full Greaves. So Nigma, they very much are very close to the point where this lineup, they're just going to start going to the high ground.
Yeah, it might just be...
Miracle, he was there waiting as a bit of a nasty surprise for Yapsor. As Yapsor's tried to step forward, get a bit of warding done. Miracle waiting there with the Eclipse.
Yep, I think the next biggest things is, now they have the Weehaw, he has his BKB too, is probably just keep tabs of when the Roche spawns. If you can keep the lanes pushed out, you get a good opportunity around Roche, get that Aegis. That's going to be your big go time. Right now though, they have a little bit of time. They might actually press the issue forward here.
There we have it. Into the base they go. Nigma very strong right now. What can Secret do to put a stop to it? Zai comes in. He has overgrowth at the ready. Matu still not quite having the Radiance. The Relic alone, not really too much of a scare for Nigma. Needs to have that Radiance done before Nigma's going to really think twice about pushing into him.
Nisha has Ags now.
Jump in, get the silence onto Weehar, but there's Mind Control. Immediately finds Puppey on the front lines again. The follow-up's there, the arrow connects. Puppey will fall. An instant buyback from the Enchantress. Secret do not want to allow Nigma to get away with this, but Nigma, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to go straight back up with the tier 3 down there onto the barracks. Miracle focusing down the range Rex first, looking for the easier of the 2 targets. Pods the Manta. Remnant does catch him, but he's still able to sit back and be cool. He has the BKB if he feels too threatened. We are getting aggressive on Spectre. Puppey, he goes forward. Puppey brought back for this. The heal from side coming out with the freeze. Puppey still alive. He's falling low. The Horn's there, but Matu, he's being focused by We Are with the BKB. He's staying on top of the Spectre, forcing Matu to get out of the fight. And the Horn, it pushes them back a little bit, but it doesn't get them any sort of kill. Kuro comes in with a safety swap on Weeha, keeping him alive. Mind Control jumps in. He's found Zai. The damage being spat up from the Viper from afar, bringing Zai low. Miracle offers the finishing blow with the Lucent Beam. They get the kill. The range racks will fall. Another jump in onto Miracle. He has man to back up in a few seconds. He's getting very low. Yapso with the stolen Burrow Strike. He's able to get in, kill off the Luna, but they're all so low on Secret. They've got to back away. As they've lost the Luna, it is the main pushing force gone from... But there's 2 down on Secret. We are slowly able to bring this melee racks down. And Secret, they're going to let this one go. They cannot fight with just the 3 of them. Nigma, they lost Miracle, but they got the job done. 27 minutes in, a full set of racks, everything continuing to go to plan for Nigma.
Yeah, great way that they held their ground there too. Those both swaps from Kuroki were absolutely perfect, getting the ideal save. I saw what Nisha was trying to do there. I think he was trying to actually jump in and clip the backlines with the silence, so the Venge can't actually get the swap. Just out of range, though, to be able to actually get that. They get the saves, and he actually gets focused down. Just still so much overwhelming control coming out from Nigma. They get one stun, it's gonna be followed up every single time with another one.
What the f just happened?
Even with dying there, Miracle's very close to having that butterfly complete.
Yep.
I mean, Secret couldn't stop them there with that push. How does Secret make sure that it goes differently the next time that Nigma come knocking at their base, which you know is going to be very, very soon. Nigma, as soon as Miracle's back online, back in the game, they're going to be right by the doors of Secret once again.
Go finish that Radiance, at least in particular from Matumba. That's the first step, and then the second one is somehow get onto the back line. I think it's going to be Nisha's job to really get back there and get the double silence with his Resonant Pulse onto those supports so they can actually make those aggressive moves on the front. But it's very hard.
Kuro's got backup. TPs are coming in. Secret Kuro swapping in. Mind Control jump forward with the Burrow Strike. They'll get Yapsaw. Can they get more out of this as well? Mind Control, he's in on the front. He's tanky. We are past the BKB. Commits onto Zai. It's a second kill for Nigma. Over to the side. Kuro, he's still alive. They weren't even able to kill him. They turn with the stun onto Nisha. The ult's out as well from Mind Control. He attempts to dissimulate over the cliffs, but he can't quite make it. Nisha will fall. Nigma again taking 3, only losing Kuro. And only at the very end of it as well. Kuro getting a lot done in that fight before he goes down. And with that, they'll have no trouble taking away this tier 2, getting the wave up towards the base, and with a 10k lead, they're very much ready to go for a second set of racks. The Radiance is there on Matu. We'll see how much that makes a difference, because as we're seeing in every fight, as you anticipated and as the panel said, he just has to run. Every time Weeha gets a hold on him, Matu just cannot stand in the fight. He just melts.
Yeah, and then you see like we mentioned, like he has to probably get the 3rd item BKB. He's got it queued up, but I don't know if he's going to have the time to be able to get that, as Nigma not showing any hesitation here with that aggressive play top. Immediately into this Roche pit now. Aegis and Cheese, that's going to be the one to close the game out. Secret, and I don't see the fight getting at all easier. Just much harder for them. Poor Matumba Man, never going to be able to really do what he wants to do inside of the fights because of this Viper pick that was the final one for Team Nigma.
No, yeah, it really has been. Just having that break on the floor ruins the Spectre's game. Secret trying to get some space down here in the bottom, at least make sure that not all 3 waves are pushing in against them. Nigma, I'll smoke up behind Wee.
They're going to look for the fight. Okay, they're looking for the fight. Look, it seems like they know where Team Secret is down here.
Radiant's bottom
they're not bringing Weeha. Weeha staying mid, maybe to add to the confusion for Secret. We'll see a Secret 2-4 for this. There's the jump. They managed to initiate onto Nisha. Lucent Beam buying that extra bit of time required to make sure the arrow can connect. And Nisha is picked off. Start to bring round this bottom wave.
It's easy when you're not playing versus like any 4-steps or anything again. You just a stun into an arrow. There's no way for them to really avoid those. I've seen Puppy trying to build toward it for quite a while now too, but it's super late in the game for them to be able to go back for it now. Too many people have died from the combo.
The prize is mine.
And yeah, with this butterfly and miracle, I mean, the racks are going to fall so quickly. That bundle in with the auras, as we talked about, the strength that Nigma has at pushing objectives. Secret, it's almost Secret. Can they really take a fight on the high ground? It isn't their best bet to try and fight Nigma away from the base. It feels like a high ground defense is just going to be so hard because Miracle's just going to walk up and start hitting your racks regardless and let the glaives do the work.
I think it's just extremely difficult either way, right?
Yeah.
They're just they're at quite a deficit in this one.
Dire's bottom tower
Nigma has
is
played
under
their
attack.
draft very well this game, just keeping up that aggression throughout the entire mid game, not giving Secret much breathing room at all.
No, and there's no surprise that you're able to see this come out from Nigma because as we saw in game one, they very much played to an incredible level at the start. It was just those mistakes that allowed Secret to really turn the game against Nigma. This time around, Nigma, those mistakes haven't happened. They're hitting the timings, their draft is getting away with everything that they would hope it to, and at 31 minutes in, a set of racks up, there's no reason to believe that they're not going to be able to continue this level of play and close up this game too. Yeah,
I mean, GH, again, just like yesterday, right? The first game of the day yesterday, GH had the absolutely dominant Mirana. This game as well, he's been like on.
He's doing it again.
A couple arrows he had that were whatever, but all the ones that mattered, he's connected on, and he's super farmed 4-0-13.
Doesn't feed.
He's owning.
Now you can see why they like to grab this one early for GH in the drafts.
Yeah.
A very, very solid, reliable hero to put him on right now. Something that GH is just showing us how comfortably he's on.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not afraid to pick something. I know they have pretty recently, I think it was like 6 days ago, the Sand the Mirana. Just these easy types of setups. And just so many different ones also when they throw in the Venge too. Just makes the game a lot easier to play, and it's exactly what they've done. All three lanes pushing it aggressively. They've got good control.
And just on paper, I mean, it looked rough in terms of the draft at the start because of that Viper against the Spectre, and even now it's very much, Secret, their draft, it does fall on the shoulders of Matu to be able to carry it, but it's just such a nasty game to try and carry as a Spectre because of that Viper and the fact that you're carrying against Miracle's Luna, who at the moment he's just so far ahead in farm. He's over a one major item ahead.
He's about to be
that much of a difference.
That's now he has two major
so far ahead. Satanic and Butterfly done on the Luna. I mean, he's even starting to run out of slots with that Aegis as well, Miracle. At just 33 minutes in. He's absolutely huge. There's the swap out. Matu, he's in trouble. The arrow comes in. Matu's getting taken out for the fight. Can he actually get his way out of it? Will be able to sneak his way to the side, but he's still falling so low. Another Lucifer in the Eclipse finishes him off. That's Matu dead. Nigma able to start the push in the perfect fashion, killing off the carry. The only hero Secret have with any semblance of farm. He has got buyback, but if he buys back, it's going to be costly. They have to make something happen here. Secret Yapso does have the stolen Eclipse, but nobody in range of it. They do manage to lift mind control. Natsu leading outside of the base, but it's into the hands of We Are turns with a Viper Strike. GH's arrow will be off the mark, but Matu just falls so low to the fighting power of the Viper alone. He has to get back to the base. Will manage to live. So Secret do push back Nigma, but it does cost Matu's buyback, and that's incredibly costly as a Spectre that's already fallen so far behind in farm in comparison to the Luna. It's just making it even more painful for him. But obviously, he had to do it, but it still hurts him.
Yeah, this is pretty much like their last hurrahs in these next few moments. They have to expend everything they can to try to be able to take the fights. But yeah, I mean, you just see it over and over again. Matu, he tries his best to get into fights, but Weeha is just this brick wall. He does not allow him to get onto any of his teammates at all, and just holds him in place.
Nigma, just head down bottom. Again, Nisha just constantly trying to keep the wave out here, making it as difficult as you can for Nigma to approach the game again. But as long as Nigma have got one wave moving in, they have no worry with trying to step up, take down another tier 3 in the set of racks. They've got a 19k advantage right now. Mid lane, swap outside of the base. Puppy, he'll be the target. does have Zai by his side, but the magical damage is bringing Puppey down so quickly. Magic missile over to Yapsol. Nisha jumps in. They do get a lovely 3-man stun from Yapsol. That sets up to bring Kuro low. They'll take out the Venge. Surely with one final touch of the pulse, they'll get it. Yapsol does lose his life for this. He has buyback available, uses it immediately. The Remnant grabbing Miracle to the side. Zai, he's been caught outside of the base though. He'll pick the overgrowth off, tries to seek out in the trees, but the poison from Weeha, it's too much. Zai is dead. No buyback available for him. As Nigma, see how much they want to push on. Sure, they are without Kuro, but they still have a lot to work with. Cheese is still there in the pocket of Weeha. Miracle, as we've seen, Satanic Butterfly, you know, he's feeling himself right now. He's queuing up the Rapier. Oh, there's even a Satanic done for Weeha as well. Both of the cores so tanky and with so much sustainability, you got to ask yourself, where does the damage come from Secret to even touch these heroes? They're going to try for Miracle. Mind Control goes in with a Burrow Strike, won't actually get the connection onto Nisha. Nisha, he's out of mana though, falling low. The arrow comes in, Matu commits with a horn. He's looking for Mind Control. Mind Control with the self-heals up into the sky, buys himself some time, and Matu, he cannot stay on top of the target. As soon as he tries to go on someone, Weeha just lays down the Nether Toxin, and Matu has to get out. Nigma have all the space they need to take down this second set of racks. A Remnant out in place. Miracle turns over towards Nisha. He still has BKB Manta and Satanic to pop if he feels pressured. He's turning, looking towards Puppey. He's using the Satanic. He's trying to get in to get the lifesteal off. Won't actually be able to close the gap. So Miracle is now very low. Has been passed over the cheese by Weeha. There it is. He swallows it. Back up to full HP. The Eclipse comes out. They head towards Matuma Man. Mind Control's getting low, but they've got so much sustain that Nigma can keep one another alive. They kill off Nisha. Buyback from the Void Spirit. The Fade Bolt. Kuro with the swap back. Keeps Mind Control out of the fight. Out of harm's way. Mind Control will be able to heal up on the back lines. Magic Missile onto Zai. GH jumps in. The Resonant Pulse silence for Nisha does catch them all. Matu's getting pulled low, but Weeha, he's falling low as well. Matu does get an echo. It's no buyback, and Weeha's heal, the lifesteal is keeping him alive. GG is called, and Nigma will manage to close up and take this game too in their favor.
With very little slip-ups. They played this one very clean. I liked how they had like that one slip-up, right, where they went and they split up top, where they addressed the split push from Zai. But then right after that, they knew. They were like, okay, we can't do that again. Everyone stick together. We have a much stronger draft. We have a much stronger draft that works together. And if we can just keep this pace,
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Vicious here. Today I'm coming at you with a quick tutorial for people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing function showing
Hey everyone,
up
how you
on
doing?
your
It's Vicious
stream
here.
so that people
Today
know
I'm coming
what
at you
music
with
is
a quick
playing.
tutorial
for people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing song was that function showing
Hey everyone,
up
how you
on
doing?
your
It's Vicious
stream
here.
so that people
Today
know
I'm coming
what
at you
music
with
is
a quick
playing.
tutorial
for people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing song was that function showing
Hey everyone,
up
how you
on
doing?
your
It's Vicious
stream
here.
so that people
Today
know
I'm coming
what
at you
music
with
is
a quick
playing.
tutorial
for people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing song was that function showing
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Vicious here.
so that people
Today
know
I'm coming
what
at you with
music
a quick
is playing.
tutorial
for people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing song was that function showing
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Vicious here.
so that people
Today
know
I'm coming
what
at you with a quick
music is
tutorial
playing. For people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing song was that function showing
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Vicious here.
so that people
Today
know
I'm coming at you with a quick tutorial
for people who like streaming. If you're doing that, a lot of times it's desirable. You might want to have some kind of now playing song was that function showing
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Vicious here.
and I'm going to drag it over.
Today I'm coming at you
And you can just do a
with a quick tutorial
for people who like
with a quick tutorial
for people who like
with a quick tutorial
seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Shadow Demon.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Morphling.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Bad Rider!
Team Secret's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Ancient apparition.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
你行你上你上，你行你行你上你上，你行你行你上你上。
In the first fight, Nigma's heroes. Mind control, his puppy will fall, so a little bit of a bonus there for
Control both of the output up to just anything to try to survive.
He's going to come over mid. Yeah, get some hits on the tier 1 mid. It's already very, very low. Nigma should be able to finish it off here with this push. Secret, they've got the 3 of them around, but yeah, they can't stop this tower going down. It will fall. Mind control's able to close the gap, get him with the Dragon Tail onto Nisha. The familiar stuns as well as the Soul Sum should bring him low, but the fish is there from Yap, so onto Wee. Doesn't trap him on the right side though. Weeheart will be fine. Also, Elizabeth will be able to keep both of his familiars alive. Keeping them back, and Secret again, it is Secret responding to Nigma, but Nigma still getting away with what they intended to do so with their own moves.
Yep. Secret also gets at least the bottom tower, so fairly pretty even movements there coming out. They believe that, I guess, Miracle maybe hitting the jungle got them a little bit more. Same thing with Kuroki hitting up top, hitting that level 6. Pretty even trains coming around, 2 to 10, and it is pretty dead even on the gold and the experience. Yeah.
So maybe, you know, that bottom lane, maybe you'll go to plan for Nigma. This was just all part of the greater picture for them. Just keep the attention down there, you know, let them have a few kills on Mind Control and GH. As long as they don't disturb Miracle. And so far, that's been what's happening. 89 and 41 on Miracle. The free farm continues. He holds on to that top spot in alignment with Matu. You know, that is Matu who's been involved in 9 kills. You know, this Luna's 207, but Miracle's keeping on par with just relying on hitting the creeps. He's only had 1 kill involvement, and that's enough to keep him level with the carry that's involved in 9.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that Matu is actually the same level as him, though, because Miracle's been kind of alone up top with only like a dual lane, maybe. The fact that the Luna is actually the same level, I feel like it's kind of impressive because he's out of tri-lane split experience.
Another one to be found. GH, he just can't catch a break this game. In the river, caught out by Secret. And with Matu sweeping around from the bottom, Secret, they'll start to push it onto this tier 1 mid. TP's coming in from mind control.
They want him.
They're going to start diving straight towards him. He pops the outer dragon form, will allow them to turn around and drag him down Nisha. So Nisha's still in on top of the Dragon Knight. There's no backup inbound for mind control as he gets taken out behind the tower. Secret doing a significant amount of damage to the tier 1. It's already down to half HP. Miracle's come across. The rest of Nigma on the sidelines, seeing if they can get a lead in. They'll look towards Zai, slowing him down with the Grave Chill, but it isn't enough here. Fisher comes out, they turn, Ice Blast onto Weeha. He's getting burst slow. The Familiar's holding back the rest of them. Eclipse coming into play as Matu steps forward. Slam as well. They take Weeha out of the game. Yapso's heading up to the high ground. Kuro does get the Death Ward out, but it's instantly cancelled. Secret get the 2.
They still have Lasso available. They're threatening Miracle a little bit here, but he's able to back away. Secret just with those sheer numbers coming into play here this time, and they're still trying to knock down this tower. Nigma trying to push them away from it here. They don't have the best deep push at all on their team.
Radiant's middle
They won't be able to
tower
deter
has
them
fallen.
off of it. 3k gold advantage. And a very nice aggressive move. Aggressive stance by Secret. They're just, I think they're like recognizing we have a ton of team fight. We have a lot of magical burst. This is what we can take advantage, especially when there's no real front line on the side of Nigma right now, right? The DK, mind control, cannot walk up. He just gets eviscerated.
Zai. That's going to try and chase. He'll be able to take away the Control Summoner and trap Weeha up himself. Miracle trying to go forward, but there's not enough burst to commit to take down an Enchantress healing up with the maxed out Nature's Attendants. Zai can easily walk it off. Giving Puppy a bit of space in the middle lane, allowing this AA to get some levels. As all of his kit really crucial in amping up the potential of Secret blowing up targets.
What's the Nisha going for? So Nisha, okay, he switched from the Blink now to BKB. I've been seeing that one much more traditionally now. There's the bots into BKB rather than bots into Blink or anything like that. Just so he can actually pose something inside of a team fight rather than just being like a full pick-off hero. Definitely makes a lot of sense.
I think especially when you have a hero like the Shaker,
attack.
right? You know, it's very easy.
He bought the Blink.
Yep, sort of set up with the Fisher. Okay. Just
as we're saying it.
As we're saying. I mean, it would have made sense both ways. I mean, you know, I'd like to have thought that Nisha was considering the 2 of them. Someone obviously made the call on the squad to say, hey, we need to Blink now.
I mean, they have Yapsour's Blink Dagger right now too. He's had it
they got
coming
the
on
double.
courier,
Oh,
so
okay.
I guess that might be why they can just like both follow up with each other and just be like that.
And even just the ability to go on separate targets.
Yes.
You know, Yapso's able to commit in, and Nisha can keep his eye on the back line. Someone's going to, because pretty much in most of the situations, you want to have at least someone keeping a lock on GH, because GH's disruption could still break up the initiation.
Absolutely. Now, 2 forms of initiation, and like we mentioned, Nigma not having a good form of initiation nor having a front line should be pretty hard for them to look to take any type of fights, any type of head-on fights right now versus Secret at all. So they're just gonna have to play a little bit of this farm game. Mind control, he almost has his Blink Dagger, so that's gonna give them their initiation tool. But for the next few moments, they gotta be a little careful on the side of Nigma. Miracle playing very cautiously on the side.
Yeah, until that E-Blade's done, Nigma don't really have a way of just killing someone straight up in the fights.
Yeah, Zai's always gonna be a tough target too. He's got that hood finished already, so.
Radiant's top tower
moving
is
up
under
here.
attack.
Eyeing
Radiant
up
structures
potential
are
of pushing in and
fortified.
fighting around this tier 1 top, something that Nigma got to be pretty careful about. Looks like Nisha actually wants to be elsewhere. He'll TP down bottom. Nigma bringing in further backup to be here beside Miracle, as Miracle is just being fully protected as he finishes off this Eagle Song.
I think they were trying to... I think Secret was really expecting Zai to get gone on earlier because he pushed all the way forward. He had them sitting behind him for a very long time, and they're just like, okay, nothing's happening. Because Poppy also was just sitting mid-farming. He went from just hitting level 7 to already being level 9 in the last like 3 minutes, just sitting in mid lane attacking creeps. So they're getting a bit more out of the map at the moment on the side of Secret.
Yeah, Matu's farm is starting to hit a really good pace. Him on the Luna, he's getting a lot done. Top lane, Puppy will go down. So Nigma finally able to take something out of this area. they've been focused on up top for the last minute or so, but as you say, you can't help but feel that Secret's just getting much more from this. Matu's farm, he has the Manta style done. This Luna on an excellent trajectory.
Ooh, they knew where Yapzor was. Their GH was checking the tree lines the whole time. Then Mind Control seems to know something was up. You see 2 wards placed down from Secret up in that top lane in those last few moments as well. So they were really expecting that pressure to come a few minutes earlier. And Matumba, he's got his Manta finished up, so he's at a good timing too. And they're probably going to go look for a fight versus Nigma right now. They've got all their tools at the ready, these Blink Daggers.
Yeah. I mean, Miracle will have the E-Blade.
Okay.
Just a creep away, and the E-Blade's going to be making its way over towards him, so now Nigma at least having some sort of threat that they can use to bring one of the heroes low. As you said, they do have some relatively tanky heroes between the Hood on Zai, the Manta on Matu, ways to play against the Ghost combo.
Yeah, these fights now, you know, Nigma, they're getting all these kits together. Like the Pipe, the Ethereal Blade, they've got the Blink on Mind Control now too. They also can look to take these fights. It's all going to be a lot up to these initiations.
Make the move towards Nisha. Smoke up. They swing him from the mid. Nisha will just be about to reveal himself down bottom, so they've got a good lockdown onto Nisha. Nisha's got the blink and a TP though, so if he makes the read to farm this and blink and TP, he'll make it away, and time of Nigma is wasted, but Nigma's closing in. GH, can he find it? The poison's out. Nisha's in the trees. He's got blink. Over he goes. He's still running. We are trying to find him with the familiar. Nisha goes for the TP away. They will not find him in time. Nisha is out, and the smoke gank will... It's not going to work out for Nigma. Nisha able to read it and play away.
And it was a 5-man. It was like the whole team pretty much smoking as well. So you see that gold lead go up. Secret, they make the move top during all of that. They get quite a bit more again out of the map here.
They're getting so much. I mean, they're just moving perfectly with Matu. Just and mid lane. Matu's always in such a solid position. Mind Control mid, drag back into the full of the combo. Secret. It's another death on the DK. Matu continuing to beat down on the tier 2 tower top. As this game really for Nigma, they can only look to Miracle to make magic happen here, but he's got to get a lot of it done, as Secret as a whole are already immensely far ahead.
Yep, and as we've said a couple of times, they have the thing to address that Morphling with that AA. Yep. You see now Miracle, he's actually just queued up the BKB. He knows he's like, it's still just too scary of a game to go for a very greedy style. If he gets caught, if he gets just clipped, he could go down puppy. Look at they wanted to go on there for a second in the mid lane.
It's just very hard for them to get a jump on someone. They need Mind Control to be the one to make the moves, and even when he does, just having the blink at 20 minutes in, he's a huge liability. He commits and it doesn't go immediately how Nigma want to in terms of blowing someone up. Mind Control's going to die every single time.
Yeah. I think he's aware of that, right? That's why he didn't build any type of other items. He's just like, I
blink, I
no
die.
matter what.
Yeah,
exactly. So he's gone for just like, you know, raindrop and stick and wind lace because it makes him move a little bit faster. But his real toolkit is just blink and stunning people. Bit of more of a slowdown here, which Secret, they're slowly accruing more and more gold. Yep. It's at a faster pace.
On Nisha. The bat's huge. Matu is not slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, now they don't have a way to stop him. Before, you know, they had a couple... They at least have like the Shadow Demon ult to slow him down a bit, but they don't have any BKB piercing type of stun. So once he BKB and finds a target in the backlines, it has to pretty much get disrupted on the lasso, or it's going to get dragged into oblivion.
What Secret want to do around this is Roche is on the table. Smoke was used here, but does come to an end. Yapzor still. Whoa, Miracle. It's heavily shifted into strength though, so they won't make a move onto him. He can move away. Still definitely a dangerous area for Nigma to be around, with Secret having as many as they do here around the Roshan pit. Taking over this area of the map. Mind Control just doing his best to hit some creeps, get his treads done.
A little bit of something, right? I thought he might even just like queue a BKB and just go for like one big hard item because he's just like, there's nothing really else that's going to provide too much usefulness on him in this game. But I don't know, he won't even get to that point for a very long time, so. Nigma, they're all sticking together here. Do we have a...
scanning.
We have a smoke. No, it looks like they're just moving together to clear out their jungle. But yep, again, another 1,000 gold. Again, accrued for Secret.
Yeah, the difference is just getting bigger and bigger. This sort of passive play, it's not going to favor Nigma at all, and Secret know that.
Yeah.
Secret know that. If they can keep playing like this, Matu's just going to get bigger and bigger. And Miracle is the Morphe, he can't keep up. He's going to get the BKB, but then they've got to make something happen. If they just continue to play this farm game, this Luna's going to win outright every single time.
Yeah, because it's literally just the Morphling who's really farming. Visage is getting a little bit of something there, but you can just compare. Weeha's level 13, 8,400. Look at Nisha, level 16, and he's got that heavy, much more net worth because he's just been playing a lot more of that farm game because he has those boots of travel. They're grouping up now. Arcane Rune is popped.
Radiant's
Trying to look for a catch here as they go for
attack.
this tier 2 tower push.
Demands the BKB, they're suitably prepared to take these towers. There's no fear of Nigma
Radiant's
trying
top
for something. I mean, I said
tower
Nigma
has
are going with the smoke, but I don't know what exactly they'll be able to find with this.
Radiant's top tower.
And Secret, they've already taken the tower. They're already out of there. The wall will be dropped down, but Secret, can they actually get on top of them? Nigma's trying. There's the jump. They will look to try and stun up Puppy, trying to stop the threat of the Ice Blast, but in they go with the lasso. Onto Kuro on the back. That's a defensive disruption comes into play. They have killed off Puppy. Puppy buys back immediately. The BKB from Nisha and Matsu coming out as they turn onto Miracle, forcing this morph to back off. There's the Fisher cancelling Kuro's death towards Miracle with the final waveform. Gets himself out of the fight. They are surrounding Matsu, and Matsu is actually getting rather low. Puppy turns with the chilling touch onto mind control. GH still alive. They're heading in, trying to chase down this Luna. Yapsalo in with the slap, turns the fight straight back around. They get the 2 kills. They're over towards mind control. 4 dead on Nigma. They were putting everything into trying to chase down Matu. But Yapso are able to step back, get himself in position with the blink, and put Nigma's chase to an entire stop.
They got the right target too, right? Nigma, they did the right thing. They went straight for Puppy. They killed him before the fight starts, but the rest of all Secret are just holding their ground, and it's really just the Morphling providing a whole lot of anything. Actually, it was mostly Weehaw just launching those soul assumptions. Everybody else was just on retreat mode. There was too much chaos in the fights from this sticky napalm adding up. And yeah, now they get a Roche out of it too. How are you going to come back from this one?
This is looking like another, well, a rough one in a different way. As we said, we've had game 1, which was very much Nigma leading from the start. Then it all fell downhill. Game 2, Nigma, they held the advantage for the whole game. And now here in game 3, Secret very much doing so themselves. This game has been confidently in Secret's hands ever since that bottom lane got hit as hard as they were able to do so, just breaking Mind Control's game. Weehaw he had an okay time in the mid, but he's not able to have the same impact as Nisha. And when it comes down to the carries and the objectives they've been able to push for, Matu has just been getting so much from the map. He's 6-0-10. He is 5k ahead of Miracle's Morph. His Luna, it's huge. The Butterfly is going to be there very, very shortly. And Nigma, they just don't have the damage to get in and kill these heroes quick enough. Sure, they bring them low, but they can't quite finish them off.
Yeah. And I feel like all the moves, like when Nigma does try to make a move, it's very telltale because, you know, it's something I think the panel talked about a lot more yesterday, but when you do have these 2 supports that don't push out lanes, you're always having to show your cores. Like, there's always going to be a core on Nigma showing to try to push out a lane. So I feel like they get so much information out of that. So, because Witch Doctor and Shadow Demon, these heroes just can't push lanes. So they can't actually make these moves that are unexpected. While Secret, everyone's just shoving lanes in constantly and just able to make these aggressive moves and just farm at a faster pace. That's what we've seen them do. They just have accrued that gold that much faster this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
This will be
is under
another
attack.
tier 2. And with that, I imagine, yes, he got the quarterstaff already. He does. That will be Matu's Butterfly flying out in the next minute.
Woof. And yeah, DD in the bottle too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He is a monster in comparison to this Morphling now.
Yeah. Miracle just can't keep up.
Oh, look at this. Zai actually uses his
Dire's top tower
enchanted
has
range
fallen.
creep from the top lane to drag the whole top wave that they were pushing to the mid lane. So now they don't have to address top. He just took all the creeps.
Radiant's bottom
Now
tower is under
they
attack.
actually have effectively all 3 other lanes pushing in now for a secret. That is we see that happen sometimes, but that was a really nice one as he got both creep waves because of how tanky and strong that enchanted creep is.
Attack.
Miracle does now have that BKB finished. So ready in the fights to try and stay on someone without too much of a worry. He does have to be aware of the lasso, of course. Nisha still with the means to trap him.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower.
he's spotted by the ward. He's trying to walk back to base, but they are just going to play with him here. Gonna get dragged over and easily brought down.
Yeah, might even see if they can get the familiar here as well. A little bit of extra money. And there we have it. Easy plus 100. Just in case Matu didn't have enough farm already. Reaching up towards the 20k.
The line is drawn immediately. They're like, nobody's top. They're going to be bottom. Go just directly run to it. Yap's already with the Shadow Blade. He's on his way to try to find somebody, try to find any type of pickoff. And they might just be able to find... Oh, no. Is it going to be mind control?
Oh, not again. Mind control. Oh. Dragonfall, they turn,
Okay.
they were able to burst the shaker, the BKB's out. Puppy has used the Ice Blast, Death Ward and the Coconuts. It's on to Puppy. Puppy, he's going to go down as well by the looks of it. Might control a few more hits and Puppy will fall. They get the 2 of them, but now Matu just storms in straight away, pushing them back with the BKB already used on Miracle. He has to get away. So, Nigma, they're able to get a few kills there. Still not necessarily the big ones they'd hoped for, just the 2 supports as the 3 cores remain alive. And with that said, Secret can absolutely still push for objectives as they just take out the tier 2.
Poor mind control. He got the quick stun, but poor mind control. All right, I gotta ask something. Wait, so the bounty is what? They have to kill an individual player 20 times, right?
Someone has to die 20 times.
That's a... I mean, he's got 9. And I feel like he's had one of the rougher games. They've been bullying him pretty hard. 20's a lot.
I mean, maybe they're going to be able to kill mind control 20 times. Maybe this could be, if there was going to be a game where someone dies 20 times, this could be it. As mind control is having a rough one. It's a very hard game for him, and it's just a snowball effect really as a DK. You suffer early on, your whole game is going to be so hard to play.
Is under attack.
Out he goes, mind control. Hey, doing the job. Hey, it did his job. He got in, he got the bounty rune, and he will die. So a bounty for Nigma, but a step in the right direction for the bounty in the real life. The Secret might be able to get this game, as that is the 10th death on mind control. So we're hitting the double digits.
They just have such... the whole map control now. Every single wave is pushing in now, too. Again. And it looks like this time they're actually ready to go for the siege. GH is going to make herself a Lunas.
When he's in. He's trying to go. Nisha has got to put the BKB. Stays on top of GH. Takes out the Shadow Demon. Over they go towards Miracle. Miracle with the waveform out to the side. Will be able to dodge the Ice Blast. Lucid Beam puts an end to Kuro's Death Ward. Secret is continuing to play this game where Matu is having the time of his life. He's 9-0-13. Up to the high ground they go. The supports of Nigma do have buybacks available. See if they want to pop them, even though with those extra lives, very little they can do to stop this Luna right now.
Radiant structures
As Matu forces out the fortification, he's still sitting with a casual 4,500 in the bank that he doesn't even need to spend to have the power he needs to. Nisha, he's got the grab. He's got the grab they needed. Straight in onto Miracle. There will be a defensive disruption. Is that enough to allow him to get out? Pots the BKB. Miracle turns to try and burst down Puppy, but Puppy with the Yules, he's up in the air. He's still alive. Miracle's trying to finish in waveforms, but he can't quite do it. Has to TP out with the last bit, but the timing's there. Yapsel, he's in. He's able to stun Miracle just in the millisecond that the BKB ends, and before the TP was complete, as they kill Miracle outside of the base. Miracle will buy back. Matu commits with his BKB, pops it. He's actually BKBing and TPing out. He's like, peace, I'm out of here. We already managed to do what we wanted to do. We killed Miracle. We forced Miracle to buy back. We don't need to stick around any longer. We'll reset. We'll come for a second round, and next time Miracle's not going to have that chance to get back in with a second life if he gets caught out.
Oh, man. They're just dismantling them now. It's been a single core morphling, and he's just completely countered, and he can't even focus fire to bring down the AA in those because he's got the Yules and he's just got so much extra defensive potential from the Enchantress's Greaves and the pipe. They just don't have the damage at all to bring it versus what Secret has.
No surprise there. We see on the records Matu hitting the highest net worth at this point in this event. I mean, I think it's going to take quite some beating as well. I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to achieve this level of farm. We've seen the numbers: 11-0-13, 24k net worth, over 400 last hits at 32 minutes. Mind control. It's going to try for the TP out, but they have many a stunt to put an end to that. And it's what, only 9 kills to go. 9 kills to go, and the bounty will be Secrets.
Secret's not showing mercy though, immediately setting up onto mid, onto Weeha.
Oh, well, you know what it is as well. I mean, Secret, you know, they're not going to end the game, Fog. They're playing this to the point where they are going to kill Mind Control 20 times. I'm pretty sure this is intentional. We'll see how heavy Secret push the issue, but they could keep it at this pace and just continue to farm Mind Control.
They could, but I think this might be one of the last hurrahs here for this. If Miracle does go down, there is no buyback for him.
I think they're going to try and kill him 20 times.
Radiant's middle barracks.
They'll take a Rax.
Radiant's middle barracks.
It's the aim of the game. It's the aim of the tournament. They're playing for the bounties.
Fair. I mean, maybe.
Take the Rax, you know, secure the win, but back off. 32k lead. I mean, you know, Secret, if they're a team that, if they have a 32k lead, they're going to be able to close up the game. There's a reason why they're not here. They just want to kill Mind Control 20 times.
Look at them just waiting on the high ground here for him. For him, too, because he's going to be the one leading the charge, because he's the one who has to lead the charge. Oh, this is mean.
I mean, it's the aim of the game. That's the Blast Bounty Hunt. Breaking down poor old offlane players. Mind Control, 11 deaths. 9 more is a lot. I mean, it's taken them 34 minutes to kill him 11 times.
I mean, what's his death time at the moment? So 9 times. I mean, he's 13, so his death time's.
Oh, no.
It's going to take way too long.
Oh, there he is. He's in this. What? They're going to need detection. Oh, no, they found him. Oh, they've got him. That's a 12 death. And they'll take some more on the side of it, of course, because why not? Now, the question is, of course, will Nigma call GG at the 19th kill? Because there's a high chance they will.
That's actually the smart move. There's no way you let them. Yeah, you don't let them take the 20.
You know, just let Secret sort of waste their time with the long win. Let them get to 19 and they'll be like, nah, you ain't having that bounty.
All right, they're pushing high. They've got the double Alpha Wolves leading the charge too.
Go. Now the question is, will they start bouncing farming? That's what we want to see. Like, we want to. Oh,
it's going in.
They're going in. There's the jump. Miracle's out for 100, and I think Nigma might call it. As this is them being dove underneath tier 4s. No buyback on Miracle. They'll get the cast. Maledict's a death one onto Puppy. Free fire as well. Puppy's going to go for the TP out, and he'll be able to make it back to base. The Fisher's out on the 3 of them. Nisha steps forward with the last. So drags Weeha side by side to Mind Control, and they'll call it. There'll be no chance for the 20 kills this game, as this one is well and truly over. 35-6. 38k lead at the end of it all for Secret, as they'll take game 3, and with that, the series. And yeah, this third game, it was a brutal one, Fog.
I mean, from start to finish, completely in control Secret. Every minute that went by, they gained a bigger advantage. It was just, yeah, it was just flawless performance by them. Yapsor, what did he end up this game? 6-1-22. His movements in the early game kind of set them up and concreted them to have this perfect mid game. And then, yeah, 13-0, 19 Luna. Yeah,